Thank you all. Now, call this meeting to order. Everybody please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, everybody. Let the record show that all three commissioners are present. Commissioner Stone is present by phone due to being under the weather. We do not have anybody from the public to recognize. A motion to approve the bills.
At this time, I move to approve the bills that have been properly presented and reviewed.
Motion and a second. Pay the bills. Commissioner Thomas?
Yes.
Commissioner Stone?
Yes.
Yes. And from the assessor's office, Ms. Connie, a little list out for correction.
Yes, we have a, mix of clerical and taxpayer errors in the amount of $1,105.88.
What was it?
$1,105.68.
All 68, okay.
And I also have a portion.
Apportionment. Okay.
Okay, well, at this time,
Hold on just a moment, because there's two different motions. I want to make sure. On here it says auto and auto. Which one, is it auto or ODA?
It's
ODA.
OTTO.
OTTO, okay, so misprint.
yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure we got the name right.
Okay, at this time, I move to approve the tax correction list in the amount of $1,105.68 as it has been presented by our county assessor.
A motion on the floor and a second to approve the tax correction list. Commissioner Thomas?
Yes.
Commissioner Stone?
Yeah.
Yes. And
Okay.
motion for apportionments.
At this time, I move to approve the apportionments for Otto Terry J. Jr. and Otto Samantha Mayer and accept them into record.
Motion and a second. So the apportionments, Commissioner Thomas?
Yes.
Commissioner Stone?
Yeah.
Yes. All right. New scheduled appointments this morning.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. And this time we have a motion to approve the minutes for November 7th.
I move to approve the minutes for November 7th, 2023.
I'll second that.
Motion on the floor in a second to approve the minutes. Commissioner Thomas?
Yes.
Commissioner Stone?
Yes.
Yes. State settlements.
At this time, I move to approve the state settlement list for November 14th, 2023 through November 15th, 2023 for Fife and Woodford.
I'll second that.
Motion and a second to approve the state settlement. Commissioner Thomas?
Yes.
Commissioner Stone?
Yeah.
Yes. And motion to accept the proceedings of vacation.
I move to dispense with the readings in open court of the proceedings invocation for November 16th, 2023 through November 22nd, 2023 and accept them into record.
I'll second that.
Motion and a second to accept the proceedings of vacation into the record. Commissioner Thomas?
Yes.
Commissioner Stone?
Yeah.
Yes. Nothing from the fiduciary commissioners, nothing under old business or new business. That brings us down to our administrator report.
Good morning, Nate.
Good morning, all. I hope
We need your energy to fill
All
this
right,
in.
well, then I will do my best. So happy post-Thanksgiving and first snowstorm of the year to all. I will pause now for either thunderous applause or jeers of dissent. There we go. There are 5 items in my report today. Firstly, due to the holiday and the abbreviated week last week, the SOQ contract with the Mills Group is still being finalized and should be ready for presentation at the next meeting. Secondly, after consultation with the county clerk's office and the president of the commission, we will be canceling our regular session meeting on December 26th, 2023. And there will be no commission meeting that week because, it's Christmas. Thirdly, we have an update on the sheriff's office. The fire alarm system and the entire 3rd floor will be done by this Thursday before December 1st. Our friends at Brewer are now completely finished. and all of their materials have been removed as of this morning from the sheriff's premises. However, they will need to come back in a couple weeks to do some testing on the monitoring, but that is it.
Okay.
Also, all of the plaster work is to be completed by the end of December on a tentative timeline. However, we are anticipating a much earlier completion date on that work. The bathroom in the basement of the sheriff's office is now completely usable and will be fully completed once the floor is done. The schedule for the floor via the epoxy in the basement, we should have a timeline on that within the next week or so. The final piece on the puzzle is the electrical work from Edison. Nathan from Edison is to give me an update by no later than noon today on what our timeline for that would be. And that concludes the update on the sheriff's office. That takes us to the fourth point. As we spoke about last week, we received checks for the various local economic development assistant, LEDA, grants. As I mentioned last week, now that these checks have been receipted in, we will now proceed to the budget revision you have before you in order for us to proceed with payment. Instead of working through each line item, I will do it in a broad sort of stroke to just say, the first issue is we're increasing all of the following accounts. The contribution for the Preston County Historical Society in the amount of $2,000, as well as its corresponding line item from which it should be paid. Secondly, the Mat Club LEDA grant in the amount of $10,000 and its line item. The grant for the Vietnam veterans in the amount of $1,000 and its line item, as well as the grant for the Preston County Camp for $10,000, as well as its line item. And so with that, I humbly ask the commission to make a motion to approve the budget revision as presented.
And that's the only ones we have today, correct?
Those are the only budget revisions we have today, correct?
I have a motion to approve the budget revision.
At this time, I move to approve the budget revision for the LEDA grant funding as it has been presented by our county administrator.
A motion and a second to approve the budget revision. Commissioner Thomas?
Yes.
Commissioner Stone?
Yes.
Yes.
Finally, and Mr. President, you have this document before you. We are required by the auditor's office to both create the following funds as well as instruct the sheriff's tax office to set up bank accounts for the following. One, Fund 42, the EMS Salary Enhancement Fund. 2, Fund 41, the County Fire Protection Fund, of which we have already received funds that have now been receipted in. 3, Fund 40, the Opioid Settlement Fund. I have been in communication with the tax office, and they are aware of the procedures they need to follow here. And while no motion is needed here, authorization from the commission to both create the following funds and corresponding bank accounts is necessary. I therefore humbly ask the commission for this authorization.
So you can, my blessing, you can go ahead and authorize the sheriff's office to begin the process. But once they go to create them funds, they need to be on the agenda to present the documentation to the county commission.
Excellent.
Right.
Duly noted.
Because we're needing Samantha's signature,
Yeah.
county
The
clerk.
county
And the
clerk
sheriff's
and the
signature.
sheriff.
Yeah, and they are well aware of that process.
Okay, so
Very
probably
good.
next week.
Yep, that'll absolutely be next week.
Great.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Go for it.
And then that completes my report. Thank you very much.
Can you name?
All right. Well, that brings us down to commissioners' comments. Commissioner Stone, do you have anything for us?
I don't think so, not today.
Okay.
Okay. Hope you get feeling better.
How about you, Commissioner Thomas?
Yeah, so I have a couple of things. The Brewston Community Homecoming is this Saturday. Festivities begin at 3 p.m. at the Brewston School. The lighted Christmas parade starts at 6 p.m. That's a really good event in North Preston, so if anyone wants to attend, I highly recommend you check it out. I'll be running in the beginning of the parade. So you'll see me. Yeah, so
There's Tunnelton and Terre Haute
That's
and
right.
Kingwood all happen on Friday night, I think.
Yeah, so they're all Friday night, no Tunnelton Saturday.
Oh, Tunnelton Saturday, yeah, Terrell and Kingwater, Friday, that's
They
correct.
used to be spread out, but this year it didn't happen that way. Everything with the power outage last week went great. I'd like to thank IT Mindshare and our administration team, because usually when we have a power outage, it doesn't go that good. That was great. Then the only other thing, and this is mainly just for the commissioners, me and Nate are continuing to work on fringe benefits. We're going to send a document out for you guys to review, a final document, and we want changes in by Friday at noon. We're sending that email out, and then we're currently working with Linda, the county clerk, to find an electronic mileage log. So if we do have people driving county vehicles and paying fringe benefits, they can keep an electronic mileage log and not a old-fashioned paper log.
That should be easy to find out.
there are.
Yeah, I'm looking at quite a few, and they're
Yeah,
relatively inexpensive
Yeah.
too.
I would think there'd be some free ones out there, truthfully. I mean, I'm not lying.
I would too. I would
I mean,
imagine there are.
truthfully, there's so
Yeah,
much things out, there's gotta be a
I was
free one
talking to
out there.
Linda, and I would just rather have people do it online, and that way you can check on their progress than to do paper, because, people will get behind and they never do it, and then they'll try to fill it in 1 hour.
Mhm.
Yeah, and we definitely want to look for an app-based system so they could literally.
Yeah,
do it from
on
the
their
phone.
iPad, yeah, so I have a system like that
There's
for
gotta be something.
my employees, now it's connected to my bookkeeping, but I think you can definitely find something like
Mhm.
that. And then, I talked to the judge last night, and the Supreme Court is very near on finalizing the reconfiguration plans, and they've been working with our, architects, so Nate, I'm thinking we'll have that on the agenda next meeting for approval of the reconfiguration plans.
Okay. Do we need the Mills Group to present that, or can I do that?
I think it would
I-
be you.
I think you can.
There's not-
Because we've already had it presented.
Yeah, they're not-
gotcha. Sounds good.
No really major changes, just ADA stuff like the bench and magistrate has to be ground level because there can't be a step. The bathrooms being ADA.
Yeah, and the thing is, I think they, in their plans, they made most of that stuff in there.
Yeah.
They knew
Yeah,
that.
they did.
So,
That's what I meant. That's things that they had to change from our plan.
yeah.
So, that should be on the agenda for approval next week, and then we can start the bidding process on the reconfiguration and have it done by 2025.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Okay, so that's, all I have today.
All right. At a CVB meeting this morning, currently right now, I mean, the revenues and everything have actually recovered a great deal since COVID is over now. So they're back on track. They're actually going to probably be a little ahead of collections because November is looking like a better month than it has been in the last, on average years. So they're looking at probably at the end of the year, probably having close to $1.7 million in revenues, which is great, way up from last year. So that's a big plus. The boards are stepping down. There's actually been the change of the board. So come January, they'll have a whole new set of people that will be on the board and everything.
Do they
Because
elect or appoint?
they appoint Carrie Nick was on the board. She is leaving, and Robbie Baylor will be replacing her.
Oh,
So
okay,
for
great.
Preston County. So that's how that will be.
That would be
That's really the only change for Preston County. The rest of them were Mon County appointments and things like that. So that's what that will be, because Carrie was the chair
She
this
Mon
past
County.
year.
Is she Mon County?
Carrie?
Was she Mon County?
No, she's Preston.
Oh, she's
Yeah.
Preston.
Yeah, she's Preston. Yeah, she was back in Dawson at the event center down there. Now on, like you were saying, the Christmas parades this weekend.
Like
And
a
also,
few apparently.
yeah, a lot of them this weekend. Also, now Monday, I have a meeting with the committee, the SIDS committee for Region 6. And what it is that's the economic development plan they have that they have to update every few years. And I'll be reviewing that again they sent the documents out to it, but they're gonna have a teleconference on Monday, and then they're gonna present the actual plan to the full council meeting on Thursday, the 7th, which I'll be attending along with the Solid Waste Authority meeting next week. So that's it.
Question, how about, have you heard anything additional about the opioid settlement funding?
I have not seen anything else.
Okay.
So all I know is it is tentatively supposed to be in December when we're supposed to get it, but I think, that's the reason we gotta get this fund open, so that it's in, because no matter what we do, even if they send the thing out tomorrow, if we don't have the funds set up, they won't send us a check.
They're sending us a paper check and we're just have to hold it.
Yeah, exactly. So we have to.
That's what's going on with
Procedure.
fire protection right now.
We have to do it by the procedure, so.
Okay.
That's all done, so nothing else. This meeting is adjourned. Y'all have a good day.
See my sticky note.
I don't have, do we have,
Oh, yeah, I put it right there.
do we have,